Hey folks, how's it going? It's Robert here. I'm on my way out to the bush. I've had a few questions on YouTube and a lot of comments about a comprehensive rundown to what I carry into the bush for the winter. You guys, most of you have seen what's in my pack. I did a video last year. My pack don't really change. It pretty much stays the same. I'm still running the same pack. I've been running for, this is going on like 4 years now. So my pack's not very big. My pack is a Cabela's Elite Scope pack. I'm a big person on not spending a lot of money. I like little things that do big things, and I like things that do more than one thing. This here has a lot of different webbing straps on the side. There's buckles. You can lash things on to the side of it. I mean, you can carry tarps. This little pack is small, lightweight. It's got wicked shoulder pad. I'm not much for lumbar support. I actually took it off. I'm not big on the lumbar support. I like to carry my weight on my shoulders. I find the lumbar support hurts my lower back real bad, so I don't really use it. I try not to carry a whole lot of gear with me because I have a bad back, and it really slows me down if I try to carry anything heavy. So that being said, my pack is very padded on the shoulders of the backpack. It's got neoprene in it. Again, it's a Cabela's Elite Scope pack. I think it's 450 denier. It's very quiet. It's very soft material. It's very supple when it's cold. But it's got straps on the bottom, molly straps and buckles. The buckles are the most toughest plastic buckles I ever seen. Like, I'm not easy on my gear. I'm actually really hard on my stuff. But this pack has been an awesome pack it was under $100. They have this one and a bigger one. The pack is like 18 inches high. The only thing that actually failed on it was the zipper failed in this last 6 months. I've caught it a couple of times on sticks and ripped it open. It's hard on it. It's been frozen solid. It's been heated in the fire. It's been melted. Really, it's a tough pack. I really can't knock the pack for what it did and what it still does. I'm still running the pack. So that being said, everybody has seen my pack. All right. So let's start off. We'll start right off at the base. With me, I used to wear a lot of cotton, a lot of denim, that kind of stuff. And all you guys know, when we go out into the bush, you step into a water hole with a pair of blue jeans on, or anything that's cotton, you got cotton long johns on, well, you're wet right up to your crotch in a matter of minutes, because it just wicks up your leg. Like, it's unbelievable how it wicks up. That being said, in the last couple of years, I switched over to a polyester system. I bought a jacket. I went in. We'll start off with my base layer. Like, I can't stress enough. Like, I like wool too. Like, I wear wool socks. I can't wear wool long johns. I wish I could, but I absolutely can't do it. That being said, I went out this year and I spent $100. It was actually $40 off. There's a company here that's going out of business. It's $40 off, or 40% off the price, so I paid, it was like 98 bucks in total. Excuse me, folks. It was $98 in total. I went out and I bought a system that consists of a pair of long johns and a shirt. It's called Polar Therm, and I'll tell you, it's the best 98 bucks I've ever spent in my life. I can wear nothing but them Polar Therm long johns and the Polar Therm shirt, when usually I'm wearing a sweater, a t-shirt, a long sleeve shirt, one of them zip up friggin' cotton and leather shirts, and my jacket, and sometimes two jackets, and can still feel a breeze blowing through me. Well, with this Polar Therm, I don't feel that anymore. Even when I'm wet, I'm not really cold. It's like how it works. There's a wick system on it, and I'll show you, and it's crazy how it works. So we'll start off with the base layer. Again, I'm not big on cotton anymore. Once you sweat in cotton and it gets wet, and if temperatures drop down, I've been cold. So polyester, stretchy, like polyester spandex, like it's tight on you, it wicks away moisture. And if I don't go with a full, 100% polyester, or like 70-30 or 70-20 because it's got spandex polyester and give it a bit extra stretch, I go with a polyester cotton blend, usually 70-30, or these here are actually 50-50, right? So it's still, they dry pretty quick, yet they still give you that wicking thing. These here are 100% polyester, and I got a couple of other pairs that are 100% polyester. They fit really tight, they don't weigh nothing, and again, you hang them beside a fire, they're dry in 15 minutes. Like, they dry so quickly that it isn't even funny. It's almost like water doesn't even adhere to them or stick to them or soak up to them, where cotton, you know, you take you half an hour, 45 minutes to dry out a pair of cotton. Again, my socks, I wear wool. I prefer wool for my socks. I think these are like 70 or 80-20 or 70-30. I think they're part wool and polyester. I like the little extra polyester in or spandex because it makes them a little bit more clingy to your feet, stretchy. I usually wear a base layer underneath my wool socks. That's a blend of polyester and cotton. I think these ones are 50-50. So they're 50% cotton, 58% polyester. So they still dry fairly fast. But the thing about wearing two pairs of socks is that you have something to put on your feet even if you're going to be around the campfire. So when you're drying one pair, you still have one base layer on, right? And it doesn't take up too much more space in your pack, right? And if you ever need to, you can always give a pair of socks to somebody else. I've done that before. You know, somebody needs a pair of socks, you can get away with it. So usually wear two pairs of socks. I don't usually carry a lot of extra clothes with me. I usually carry the clothes that's on my person and that's it, and then I really don't worry about it from then on, right? So if I need to take a layer off, I can take a layer off and dry it. Now, let's show you these Polar Therms. This is a Polar Therm shirt. I wish you guys could feel it and feel how thick it is. It has a 4-way stretch on it. The stretch, like it's stretchy and it clings to you, and it goes on, and when you put it on, it's tight. I'll show you what it looks like on. Apologize for my nakedness. This stuff is so warm. It's stretchy. It's supposed to cling to you. It's not supposed to be loose. This here stuff's supposed to cling to your body. It's got a moisture wicking system. It's got a scent control system when you're hunting. But that's what it looks like on. Now the long johns are the same thing. They're supposed to be fairly tight. Not too tight that they cut your blood circulation off, but tight enough that that they stay on you pretty good, right? They cling to you. Right, so these are the pants, and again, I can't even express how good these work. And again, when you take them off, like you stand by a fire with just these on, this and the pants, like when you're drying the rest of your gear, these here will dry on your person. Like they come out of the dryer or the washer almost dry. You hang them up, you don't really run them. If you run them through the dryer, you run them on low heat. But again, I can't stress enough how good these things work, eh? So polyester, so that's the underwear covered. We got the long johns covered. And again, for shirts, I got polyester, right? This here one dries really quick. It's polyester too. It's 100% polyester. It's perforated, has holes in it. It's good for straining. You can actually use it as a filter system, right? It works good. Then I have a long sleeve shirt. Again, it's polyester. It's a paintball shirt. And it's stretchy, thin. It's about quarter of the thickness as Polar Therms are. And it's stretchy too. It's got pretty good stretch to it. And it's got perforations in it too, holes. So that lets the moisture out. But again, it dries. Like it dries so quick, it's unbelievable how quick it dries. You pop this on, the Polar Therm, this, and over top of that. And then my jacket, of course, is it's a Remington. I bought it. I paid like 39 bucks for it. I think it was half price in it. Walker's, a little hardware store that we have here that sells almost everything, and it's 100% polyester inside and out. It has Gore-Tex, I do believe, a Gore-Tex core and a scent lock system on it that doesn't let your scent out. The only problem with this, when you're hot, you will sweat in this something fierce. You take it off and turn it inside out though, and hang it on your pack, for an hour or so, it almost dries itself. It is waterproof. Like the other day I was out on the motorcycle, it was like +4 degrees. It was raining on the bike. It probably had a wind chill of like -2. And I mean, I come home and hung it up and it was absolutely just dripping. Water was just dripping off into the dog's dish. He enjoyed the taste of it, I guess, because he drank all of his water. Anyway, I got up the next morning and the only part that was still wet on it was one of the cuffs, because it was actually tucked in behind. It dried hanging in the corner. And I mean, this has been a good jacket. I've been running this jacket for a year and a half. It's you know, rip proof, and I mean, I'm hard on my gear. I really am. You know, I can't help it. I'm hard on stuff. It's just the way I am. But the jacket, it is so warm. Like, it is unbelievably warm. Like, no wind penetrates it. Like, I could be doing 80 kilometers an hour at 2 or 3 degrees on the bike, and no wind blows through this. It's got a hood and it's got tie straps. It zips right up around your neck. For the lightweight of it, it don't weigh nothing. And again, you layer up with this polyester stuff and you absolutely can't beat it. Now my pants, I've yet to come across a pair of pants. I've had a couple of pair. I actually had a real good pair and they went missing. I don't know what happened to them. I think I might have left them hanging in a tree in the woods one time, and anyway, somebody got a free pair of friggin' pants. But that being said, my pants, these here pair are just Rocky. They're just cheap $40 pants, right? They're 50% cotton, 50% polyester. So they're still fairly warm yet. They dry fairly quick. They're not very thick. But in conjunction with my Polartherm stuff and some wool, it's not too bad at all. These here are paintball pants. These here I like because they're padded. They're padded knees. They're padded in the front. They're padded in the crotch. I mean, they're padded at the bottom. They're padded in the back. They're padded on the sides. So when you kneel down in the snow, you're not really getting wet. The other pair I got is really padded in the butt. The only problem is, because these are built for paintball, they have perforation holes in the side of them. If you see this, they have screens built into them, which in a way, and they don't have zippers, so you can't zip it up. So if it's windy or cold, you can feel a draft blowing in through the pants. But I mean, the benefits and the drawback, like over top, for an over top layer, instead of wearing like ski pants or something like that, they work real well. So if you got these on and this over top of them, they make a pair. I mean, they're awesome. The snow doesn't stick to them. Plus, when you're hiking, they're great to have on just as a pair of hiking pants. They got Velcro croziers on the top to tighten them up on the sides, so you don't actually need a belt with them. And I mean, they're pretty awesome pants. They got a mesh netting on the inside to keep you cooler and drier. And again, they're 70% polyester and 30% nylon. .100% polyester cord. So yeah, so they wick water pretty good. So that basically right there, folks, is my system for my my socks, my undergarments, and that kind of stuff that I wear in the woods. And again, I'm not usually cold. I'm usually pretty warm, and I usually wear all my clothes in a layer, and then if I have to take anything off, I just attach it to the top of my pack here. Right, this here, you can slide clothes in there and tie them on, and it works awesome for that, right? Well, I'm going to go out in the woods today and I'll show you my sleep system and what I use as my tarps and to keep me warm. I was big in sleeping on the ground for a while, but I started getting into hammock camping. I like hammock camping better. I don't like sleeping on the ground. Again, I find it really hard on my back. It's really, really hard on me. I find sleeping in a hammock, I sleep like a baby. I wake up rested, not tired, my back's not hurting, you know. And the only thing I have to worry about is the cold from the bottom. And again, I'll show you my sleeping bag, which is here behind me. I'll show you my sleeping bag that I carry for the winter, my tarp system, and my wool blanket, and some of the other stuff that I carry in my pack to keep me warm at night when I'm sleeping. Again, when I'm out there, I'll show you what I wear for gloves and mittens, and my hats. And again, most of that stuff is polyester and leather, right? So that that you stay warmer. And I'll show it to you when I go out in the woods and make a video. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get ready to go here. I got my wool blanket in the dryer drying, so we'll talk to you later, and I hope you enjoyed this little segment on